Hello guys, Mr.Wednesday here, back at it with another video. We'll be taking a look at what Plarium just dropped. There's actually two new things, one video on YouTube, and then we do have the highlights on their website. Now let's go over the video first.
Welcome to our latest edition of What's Next in Raid, where we'll be talking all about what's coming next in Raid. We're going to coil our explanation up into a small ball of cold, hard facts. The Guardian Ring is primarily here to give everyone a way to use their duplicate.
Okay, so we're getting the Guardian Ring from what it seems. It's going to be replacing the sparring pit we currently have. The sparring pit isn't going anywhere though, so that's just in addition to what we already
Champions, Faction Guardians, where you assign a special.
Okay, so we already know everything about Faction Guardians. You'll be able to actually place 5 times dupe champion into different slots to unlock the bonuses. I believe
Council of Champions.
I'm going to show it here really quickly now.
For each, you'll be able to assign guardians for rare, epic, and legendary champ to keep your faction guardians and use the duplicates and epic sat, and will be approximately half as strong as the bonuses from a maxed out.
Whoa. Okay, so I know the empowerment is a very hot topic at the moment. I did not make a video in regards to it as of yet. I'm just not the type to jump to any conclusions until the actual update from the Plarium comes. I dislike well, basically just commenting over anything that's not factual, at least not 100%. So I did not want to just jump in and cover it basically without knowing if it's 100% gonna look like that.
Great Hall, as well as your Great Hall upgrade strategy, now that you'll have an additional layer of boosts too on top. The other two additions are exclusively for duplicate legendary champions. First, you can empower champions using.
Okay, so I definitely do not agree with this part. I think it's, well, I don't wanna say unfair. I just truly wish they have added this same thing for epics and rares. Especially now that it's coming to the game, it's obviously possible to be done. So I'm just not sure why they did not choose to go that route. Perhaps they just added in later on or something, but I mean, it's already here, so we could have had epic and rares at the same time. I just think it's a missed opportunity basically, because as much as anybody who has like X amount of same legendary, they most likely have tons of the same epics, or they are going to try to go for them so they can empower them. So I mean, it kind of just bring them more money. So I just think it's a wasted opportunity on their end, and it also kind of well, unless you literally have a lot of legendaries, you will not even be coming into this screen part of the pit. So that's really unfortunate.
Empowering will help you. You've built the environment. You'll only extra
Okay, unbind the champions. Oh, okay, I believe
tanky
that's the
extra
part
is to become
where,
up to 4 times.
you can sacrifice champions to get the tokens.
Have no use for a duplicate legendary
Okay, so
champion. You'll be able to permanently release them from your service in exchange for a life token. You'll then be able to take those life tokens and trade them for a new legendary champion at the token trader. We'll be adding a bunch of special champions to the token trader over time, including some that were available via fusion.
okay, so 4K for Sir Nick seems fine to me. Tomblor 3K also his terrific champion. Foley is a nice nuker, but I mean, if you're playing for long enough to have like 6 legendaries you can sacrifice straight away, you most likely have a better nuker at this point in the game. Well, maybe not everybody. So a good set of champions here, if you ask me. Fushan is terrific, Molly is terrific. Basically all of these champions are really great, so a nice addition to the game, if you ask me.
Events in the past, Nicholas will be lucky soon, but that's not all. Let's take a quick fire look at a bunch of other updates we're bringing to Raid soon. First, the Shadowkin are getting their own faction crew.
Oh, finally we're getting the Shadowkin. Lovely. I love seeing that. We were missing on faction war content for like almost a year and a half at this point. apart from addition of Lydia. So a really nice addition to actually bring in Shadowkin. I mean, it's just a little bit more of the rewards for people who have already completed it. On the other hand, I do understand how many people are, well, basically angry with the decision to actually put Lydia at the end of Shadowkin now as well, because I understand how much that changes your perhaps plans, so to say, to actually finish the faction wars. So I mean, if you're like really really close at this point, I would just push for it as fast as you can. I'm not sure if they are going to mention when the Shadowkin is coming. I did notice in the bottom row here you cannot actually see it. Work in progress may not fully match the live server update, so there's still not things we not
means
know.
more milestone rewarding already. Innovating the tavern. We're at ability to change the sorting orders from ascending to.
Oh my god! Thank you. Finally, let's see what else here there is.
Descending. XP brews will also be grouped
Thank you, Lord.
together in a
my
single
God.
slot to make things quicker and easier.
This is literally the only thing that really like pissed me off when it comes to leveling champions in the tavern, and I cannot wait for this update. I'm not sure if this is coming in the following update. We'll see that in the text at the end. But if it is, I do not care about the ring. I do not care about anything else. I just want this in the game.
Easier to manage. Third, we're adding rank and rarity filters.
Oh my god. What's up with this? Only top tier updates in this one, huh? Nice, really nice, really nice. And yeah, actually, I did see in the chats, somebody actually already told me that we are now getting a one set piece, as you can see here from Hydra, basically. If you use between 1 and 6 pieces, you'll be getting different stat bonuses, which is lovely and really interesting to see. I hope we get more stuff like that in the game. But the fact now we can actually sort not only by rank but by rarity as well. That's
to the
just
artifact.
insane to me. That's one of the greatest things we have.
Storage, as well as making it possible to select all the artifacts you filtered for. Changes to save teams and skill instructions. We're increasing the number of save teams to 15, and we'll be dividing them up by game mode, so you have 15
Lovely. Great addition.
for each mode. Able to set different skill instructions for each round, quicker and easier for everyone to speed. Alongside these changes, we're exploring some options for how to make it quicker and easier for everyone to speed things up throughout the game, starting with Faction Wars and the Doom Tower. We're going to be kicking things off by enabling super raids for Doom Tower boss fights.
Oh yes, lovely. Are they also perhaps alluding to the fact they're maybe gonna input the just click the button to finish something? For like faction wars at least, that would be a big improvement.
And to keep things fresh in battles, being a layer of strategy to raids battles across the board, including introducing completely new team compositions and archetypes. And since we're on the subject of new team compositions, the best thing for that is new champions. A bit of a tradition here on our What's Next.
Oh, I love this skin. Oh, this skin looks so badass. I hope she's terrific. Okay, so we have a couple of tails here, so like a fox. It's also Shadowkin, so I assume Eastern type of thing. So maybe something like a Kitsune or something.
Next series, what you're looking at now is a first sneak peek into the next line of dungeon delving. Boss-beating badasses coming to Teleria in the near future. Okay, that's all we've got for you. Oh, wait, one last thing. The Hydra. You might have already seen a few leaks from Raid's sleuth-like detective community about the Hydra already, but if you haven't, here's a full breakdown of what will be Raid's toughest, scariest, and Demon Lord you're all well acquainted with.
Okay,
However,
so she's going to be in the same part, so not an addition to the tabs we already have.
It's a bit different in Raid World 2. This unkillable beast will be with.
Ooh, okay, so this screen actually looks badass. So basically the Two heads on in the middle are going to be like changing or more like morphing into the two leather ones. That's really lovely to see, and we actually get to use 6 champions this time around. Really cool,
Actually,
really cool.
it'll be bringing 6 heads, but you'll only have to deal with 4 at any one time. We'll get into that a bit later, but first, let's break down the basics. Each Hydra battle win huge rewards. You'll be fighting to stay alive as long as possible and deal as much damage as you can along the way. However, unlike the Demon Lord, the Hydra will be running on a different cycle. While the Demon Lord resets every single day, the Hydra will reset once a week.
Once a week. Interesting. So so we get 3 keys, I assume, like per day or something. Okay, so this is basically like in most of other games, a really great thing. Where you have like basically like in AFK Arena, if anybody plays it, like you have the boss that you get each day, and then you have the one you need to unlock. Like you can unlock it every 2, 3, 4 days, depending on the clan you're in. So really lovely, cool. Okay,
On top of that, you'll only get 3 Hydra keys per week. So you and your
per week.
clan will have
Okay,
more flexibility to figure out when you want to take the Hydra on. So the Hydra will reset every week, and things will stay pretty much the same week to week. You'll fight the challenge. To make things even tougher, once you've used a champion in a Hydra battle, you won't be able to use them again until after the next weekly reset. So looking to lock in a single gimmicky team is off the table here.
Okay, this is really cool. This is really cool if you ask me. We're finally going to be stepping away from your basic teams that everybody uses, and we now actually need to theorycraft 3 different teams at least that are going to work in the way we need them to work. That's really lovely to see, and actually brings a lot of fun back to the game if you ask me. So I'm really excited about this part.
You're going to need each head is so unique, you won't be able to use the same tricks every time. We're not going to cover each head's skills right now, but here's a quick snapshot of the 6 heads you'll be fighting against in the first rotation of the Hydra. The head of Torment, the head of Decay, the head of Wrath, the head of Blight, the head of Suffering, and my personal favorite, the head of Mischief. If those names alone don't sound scary enough, wait until you see them in battle.
Oh yeah.
Things get real crazy. You'll be fighting 4 of these heads at the than worth it. To recap, we're already taking huge inspiration from Greek mythos here, and Mithrala fits into that perfect.
Oh, wow, she looks amazing. But yeah, he said it himself. Greek mythos, obviously, kinda.
We'll be releasing a dedicated champion spotlight for Mithrala soon, but as you'd expect from someone that looks like Medusa's long-lost sister, she's going to be able to poison people. Oh, and turn people to
Wait. Oh yeah, okay.
stone.
Turn people to
That's
stone.
the thing now
what I
too.
wanna hear.
It's a really scary debuff that can take people out of the fight entirely, with a downside or two.
Because he said poison first, and I was like, wait. Where's the turning into stone? Please tell
We'll cover
me
it in greater detail soon, but let's just say in the right hands, with the strategy, it's going. But what about unique rewards or a new mechanic chest? Give you an extra set bonuses depending on
so
how
new
many
sets,
you have equipped. The other bonus if you equip
So basically, we have protection set.
2, 3, 4, or even a full 6 of them. These are unlike any other artifact sets in.
So 20 resistance for 1 piece, plus 15 HP for the second, for the third 12 speed, 15 chance to place a protected buff, which will be really important. So nice. Additional 12 speed, lovely. And then what's that? 15 plus 15 more % chance to place the
Raid,
protected buff.
and will
Lovely,
open up
nice,
huge
nice.
possibilities
Really
in terms
cool
of
set, really
artifact
cool set.
combos and stone skin. Equipping a single artifact from this set, and you also get an extra 40 resistance on top. But
Okay.
equip 4, and you'll get access to an entirely new defensive buff called Stone Skin, which you'll get for 1 turn at the start of the round. Stone Skin will mean your champion takes almost no damage from enemy
wow.
attacks, and makes your champion immune to all debuffs
That's
except
awesome.
for bombs.
All debuffs except for bombs. Awesome.
In fact, bombs will actually do more damage as they can shatter your champion. But it's still a great trade-off for all the benefits of Stone Skin.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. To both 1, 2, or 3 artifacts and get extra stats.
Okay, so
Champion
we
whose
already saw
buffs
that.
are the bedrock of your team. From legendary artifacts in strength, and you won't be able to find
Wow, so we're getting mythical. New tier, interesting.
these anywhere else. Mythical artifacts start with all 4 substats unlocked. but one of the substats will be increased to the equivalent of a level 4 legendary artifact, meaning you'll be able to eke out a little bit more power from mythical artifacts than legendary ones. It's a small edge, but at the highest level, those small margins make a big difference. As you can probably tell, these artifacts will be incredibly versatile and useful pretty much anywhere, no matter whether you're date, and we'll be gradually adding more content to it over time with to see what you guys think. We have exciting content in.
Okay, cool. Let's see what the update says. So, Guardian Ring we already covered from the video. I'm not gonna go over it again just to not prolong the video any further. So we already know everything about Faction Guardians, Empowerment Champion, and then also about this. So we're getting new champion, Kyoku. Attacks one enemy, 3 hits if the target is under 3 or more debuffs. Okay. Each has a chance of placing Weaken. Nice. AoE hit here. Decrease attack. After attacking, 80% chance of placing HP burn on everybody without decrease attack. Interesting. If I'm reading this correctly, does this not make sense to you? So she attacks first and then places 80%. She has 80% upgrade, can be booked to 100. If it's booked to 100, so she's going to be placing it like 97% of time. And then has a 8% chance of 100 of placing HP burn on everybody without decrease attack. Just weird, kinda. Except if I'm not understanding something here correctly, in which case please do tell me. What do you think? Ally protection, nice. Block damage for 3 turns and an extra turn, and it's on a 4-turn cooldown. Ooh, that screams clan boss. Although ally protection and block damage on the same skill just doesn't make sense. Like, if you have block damage, you're not taking damage. What are we mitigating through the ally protection? Okay, so places on every... Yeah, I read it correctly. Places has... she places 50% ally protection. Yeah, okay, that's... I mean, it's terrific, but still a bit weird. Every time she's hit with a critical, heals everybody by 15%. And places increased defense. Wow, she screams everything. Terrific champion overall, if you ask me. 3-turn block damage is lovely. She's gonna be amazing for a lot of things in the game. And LA defense aura in all battle by 30%. Nice. Gamuran. Again, Spirit, Shadowkin, attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has 30% chance of placing block active skills. Okay. Attacks everybody, 80% chance of stealing 1 buff from each enemy. Then applies a buff spread, taking a random buff from this champion and placing it on all allies. Nice. Can target dead or living enemies. Okay. If the target is dead, places block or revive. Then attacks everybody. Each enemy will receive damage equal to 20% of the target's enemy max HP. If the target is a boss minion, the damage is equal to 20% of this champion's max HP. This attack cannot be critical and will ignore any shield and 100% of each target's defense. Okay. If the target is alive, places a True Fear for 2 turns and heals everybody by 20% of the target's enemy's max HP. If the target is a boss or a boss minion, the healing is equal to 20% of the champion's max HP. The True Fear cannot be resisted. That's really interesting. And ties with the Hydra boss. So again, a terrific addition to the game. Revives one random ally with 30% HP and 30% turn meter each time an enemy is killed. And it's actually on 1 turn cooldown when booked. That's a really good champion if you ask me. Love the skills. Love the skills. Okay, so now we have an epic from Demon Spawn, 2 poisons, 30% chance, increasing. Okay, so increasing the duration of 2 poison debuffs. Okay. Poison sensitivity 2. Also places hex. Okay. Whenever either this champion or an ally lands a critical hit on an enemy under a hex debuff, has 10% chance, books up to 25 plus snipers, so 30, to place a poison debuff. Really interesting. Okay. I hope I get her fast so I can actually play around with her. She sounds kinda interesting as well. Then we have Wildrax, who was covered like a bunch of times, so I'm not gonna cover him here. As I said, I dislike just like repeating stuff. Then we have Wither the Crowned. So support demon spawn attacks all enemies on A1 lovely. 50% chance of leech, also continuous heal, really cool. Increased defense on all allies, also increases the duration of all continuous heals by 1 turn, and instantly activates any continuous heals on all allies. Lovely. Removes all debuffs on all allies, then heals them. Wow, that's amazing. On a 3-turn cooldown. Awesome. So she's basically like Hacker and Smash Lord, but like improved. Places continuous heal on the ally with lowest HP for 1 turn. At the start of each turn, she's just gonna be placing endless amount of healing on you. Really great support champion, really great. Oh, okay, that's actually all. So, from what we can actually see up here, so we're getting the Guardian Ring in this update, and these champions are getting added. So, still nothing 100% on when we're getting the improvements for the what's it called? For the tavern. Also, it appears from what I can see here. Let me just check really quickly. Yeah, so no mentioning of Hydra, so perhaps the update after that, or maybe they'll just add it into the additional highlights or something. We'll see. But anyway, a terrific update nonetheless, and I really loved everything they mentioned in the video. Without further ado, thank you for stopping by. And please leave a comment if you perhaps disagree with me on anything I've said here, or if you think I maybe missed something, please also write that in the comments down below. Until the next video, Mr. Wednesday signing out.